after watching tape of performance of your offense, what's your review?
I thought, guys did what they were asked to do. Kind of turned into a game that we didn't necessarily expect. Like, I thought we'd be probably a little bit more balanced than that, but felt really confident that we could kind of have our way doing it that way, and so it didn't seem like something that we should stray from. So just, if it's not broke, don't don't fiddle with it, and we didn't, and it worked.
Do you mean, were you expecting to pass the ball a little more in that sense? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, just, we kind of our guys got in a groove and got in a flow, and we're rolling and communicating and moving them and hitting movement, and that was one of our keys to the game, and I thought they followed through with it.
How'd you like the performance of the O-line?
I ran for 300 and something yards, and so it was good. Is there things that we need to fix? Absolutely, but they did a nice job.
How did you feel like the helmet communication worked? Was this the first time you personally done that, or
In a game, yeah.
In a game,
yeah. We used it at practice, but it was good. It was good. It's just different. But there's little details that you can give them.
Yeah.
Situational stuff, and that was, a bit of what we did on Saturday was, hey, here's what we're thinking here.
Yeah.
Here's the first call. Here's the second call, and went from there. So it helped.
Did it help calm guys down too? When you're
I don't know that, because all I know is what I'm saying. I can't hear anything back from them, so I don't know that it did that. But you give them a little bit of information here and there. I'm sure that makes them feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
What did you like most about what Giovanni gave you guys?
I thought he was efficient. There's some throws that I think we need to work on and need to be a little bit better. But he was 9 of 10 and no turnovers. There was one sack that was tough. But other than that, solid. But we need to, it's going to get tougher. So we need to keep improving and be process oriented and move on.
Going forward, do you expect to continue to use both Jabari and Giovanni,
or? I think I'm just getting 3 guys ready that, I have a lot of faith in all of them, a lot of trust in all of them. So we'll keep prepping the 3 of them out at practice and use them however we see fit to help us win games is kind of what'll dictate that.
Trent mentioned that obviously giving Jabari that third drive was by design, but what does he give you guys in that role that you kind of like best?
Well, he's I think you saw it. He's pretty dynamic and he can make plays, and he needs experience. So, that's where he's different than Ben and Giovanni. He doesn't have the same experience, so he needs to make plays. And he had a sack that he took in the red zone that is one of those learning experiences for him, like that. Hey, 2nd and 10 is a great down and distance, because 2nd and 19, 2nd and 20 is tough. He needs that experience, but we also have a lot of faith in him that he can make plays.
How much fun is it to watch all 3 of your running backs perform pretty darn well?
That's good. Yeah, it's nice to see him running downfield. Obviously, the O-line and tight ends have a big part of that. But, I think, we've talked about this before. We feel really confident in that room. So we're blessed to have all 3 of them. Well, 4 or 5 of them. We have a bunch of bodies in there that can play.
Is there anything about San Diego State's defense that stood out for you from opening week? Anything you think you need to be ready for?
Yeah, they're certainly bigger than the team we just played, and they're faster than the team we just played. We're going on the road. They're far more multiple in their defense. Certainly a way different defense, more similar to what we play every day in practice. But the size and physicality we're going to have to match.
do you feel like what you guys put on tape from this previous game is going to help, sort of keep the San Diego State defense honest if they think you guys are going to run the ball 40 times with 2 running backs?
It's hard to say what they're thinking. I think that they're we're in our first year as an offense here, and they're in their first year as a defense there. So there will be some feeling out of each other and kind of figuring out what both teams are doing. Like, both teams are probably that's not the full picture of who they are from what we saw Saturday. So we're going to have to prepare for what we've seen, but also get ready for other stuff that might be out there.
It was a decent start to the offense until the fumble. Do you imagine that's one of your guys' keys to going forward is just to get off to a better, faster start?
I mean, I thought we were rolling a little bit, and then, you know, but we talk a lot about two things that were areas of emphasis following the game, and it was no sacks, turnovers, and penalties in the red zone. We had a sack in the red zone, a turnover in the red zone, and a penalty in the red zone. We overcame the penalty. So those three things in the red zone are going to be critical, and then ball security in general. Just because you didn't fumble on that play doesn't mean you had good ball security. Those will be areas of emphasis for us. You know, those are huge areas of emphasis for us this week.
It looked like Grant and Jacob both played quite a bit of right tackle. Was that by design, or was Grant okay? Or
I think we played 8 guys quite a bit on the offensive line, so I expect them all to be available this week.
Trent said Sala was working on probably a bigger role. Do you imagine that sort of happening relatively quickly, or is that something you want to progress through the year?
Yeah, I think we got to find out what he does best and what he's most confident in. But those, you know, guys like that are young, you know, I don't know, Saul's 18 or 19, but they make big strides pretty quickly. And we need, you know, I want Hank and Jam to feel fresh at the end of the game and not feel like they're just trying to get through it. So we could use him as a little bit of a change of pace because he is a little different than them too. He's kind of a nice change up for us.
Do you feel like it was too many carries for Jam and Hank, or is that
No.
kind of a sweet spot for you?
No, but I think as you go to week, 11, 12, like, let's keep them fresh and rolling. And, I think they had 20 carries and 24 carries, something like that. And that was kind of the game we got into. But they handled it well. It's just, it's not all, 2006 Oregon State football where Evanson Bernard just didn't come out of the game. He was going to carry it 35 times and he was going to be in there and pass. We're going to rotate guys and keep them fresh, keep them going.